Mike check 1-2. Bearcat Appreciation Night. York College versus Baruch College Bearcats at Arc Arena. Today is February the 11th. And welcome to the College of Baruch here on 25th and Lexington in the heart of Manhattan. We are in the Arc Arena for Bearcat Appreciation Day between the York College Cardinals and your Baruch College Bearcats alongside John Nevis. I'm David Just, and we are moments away from our pregame festivities as Baruch trying to get out of a little bit of a rut they've been in. 3-game losing streak against Brooklyn, John Jay, and Hunter as they host the 0-16 York College Cardinals. Tonight we'll be honoring 4 seniors in Isabella Castellarier, DeAndre McCray, and Precious Mitchell alongside Brianna Lopez as well. So I will send it over now to Marty Collins for your pregame festivities, your national anthem, and the starting lineup.
had to adjust a lot, and I really appreciate all the hard work that we have to put in. So thank you. All right, next is Brianna Lopez. Who's here for Lopez? Another student athlete that made a lot of sacrifices to be able to play. When she was out a couple of years ago, she was in Florida, correct? We were trying to figure out how you're going to get here. Where are you going to live? What are you going to do? How are we going to do it? Somehow we figured it out. A little bit, but you did most of it. AKA, but she's doing a lot better now than we were like. I'll tell you that. Bree on the floor, 100 miles an hour, aggressive. I was talking about that. Be aggressive. Like, go along, be light, be right, be aggressive, go out, come on. Working, school, coming from where you come from to come here. Again, no. But you're here, right? In moments like this, right? This is why you can play, right? I told you this, right? And I really do appreciate everything that you've done. The player that's great, but as a person, you know, listen, me and you have gone at it, but that's okay. That's important. It's always not going to be like, you know, right? It's not going to be that way. That's all right. I really appreciate that. I respect that. So, as I said, you're well respected by your teammates. I love you. Coach and staff, I love having you here. I appreciate everything you've done. Thank you. It's been hard. I honestly don't feel like this has been your best season, to be honest with you, of your 4 years. Honestly, I'm telling you that. We're really happy that we were able to get to this point. I have to tell you, you're not going to meet a nicer human being in your life than Deontay. I promise you. You will not meet a nicer person. I don't have to go to you about that, but it's okay. But as far as being a human being is concerned, like those pictures of you, that's you. That is you. I'm very proud of you and all your accomplishments. You've gotten this far. You're the education like I am. So, you know, ask me. I know it's not easy out there. Thanks to your family for coming out and supporting her. The team loves you and respects you a great deal. So thank you guys out there as well. Yeah, you're doing successful for your first. Thank you. Precious Mitchell.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask everyone to please rise as they remove their caps. Join our student athletes, coaches, and officials as we honor Americans that are freedom and those who protect their home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem. Here on tonight's starting lineup, first for York. 5'9", sophomore forward from East Elmhurst, number 5, Tyler Hicks. A 5'9", junior forward from Brooklyn, number 10, Hugh Williams. 5'7", senior forward from St. Albans, number 11, Leah Lincoln. A 5'9", junior forward from Brooklyn, number 21, Jemiah Boyd. And a 5'11", junior center from Valley Street, number 35, the assistant coaches are Luke Durkin and Alicia Young, team managers at the Plaza. By everyone, your effective cooperation by supporting all participants and officials in a positive manner. Presenting racial, sexist comments or intimidating acts directed at anyone, grabbing approval from the art. Also, the subject presented on the public registry, sacrifice, and taking devices is prohibited. Every court is prohibited as well as they lead to arrest. Artificial voice makers, therefore, that electronic amplifiers are not permitted. Thank you for your cooperation. Join us on the game.
So it's McCray on the tip, one of the seniors we just had the opportunity of recognizing here before the game, and Baruch will start it off here in the front court. Castiolari at far side 3, bit short. Mitchell on the rebound. All 4 seniors starting in tonight's ball game with Lopez and Mitchell inserted into the starting lineup. However, Earth gets the steal going the other way and able to lay it in coast to coast.
Well, David, good to be here. Good to be here for another Duke women's basketball.
Over to Lopez here on the near side. Bounce pass into the interior, looking for options. McCray is quickly doubled, and York come out of the pack with it.
Yeah, Bearcats with a bit of a slow start. We had a nice senior day. Focus was on that. Now we just got to come back and play ball for the next 4 minutes.
A 3 there by Aiken from York is off the mark. Now Castiolari, a mid-range jumper. Baruch won the reverse fixture by 12 on the campus of York College. Now Earth into the lane. She's fouled on the way through. We'll see our first free throws tonight.
Number 11, Brianna Lopez, that's first. 2 shots for number 10.
York playing with tight margins today. Only with 6 players on their active roster for tonight's game, as Earth is off on the first. Oh, for 2 from the line. So Baruch trailed by 2, a little more than a minute and a half gone. Idea right into the lane, looking for options, trying to force it to Castiolari. Probably have Mitchell on the interior, and Earth the other way, looking for the head of the pack. Over to Aiken. Aiken's mid-range jumper is good.
Yeah, I think the only story here is that York has just been a little bit more aggressive. They've got a few steals and they've hit a few baskets, but Bearcats will get back into it, but certainly got to get the engines running.
York setting up in the 2-3 zone. Over to Ideer on the near side. Her shot from 3, no good. Might have been just inside 2, actually. They're going to stay right there with the Bearcats.
Well, I would say before the night is over, Lola's going to knock down a few of those, if history is any indicator.
Not who you want to leave open from a York College perspective. Brianna Lopez into the lane, kicks it. Yep, it's going to go last off the Bearcats, and they'll go back to York College. It's already a couple turnovers here in the early going from Baruch. 4th turnover already in the first 2.5 minutes.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach K calls a timeout to settle the girls. As you know, we have 4 seniors on the court. This is their last regular season on the court. We're just not players, so we just got to get into the game. Plenty of time.
Aiken into the lane. Her floater off back iron, no good. Lopez on the rebound. Ideer going to push the tempo. Has Castiolari on the other side. She'll step back, looking for a cutter. Finds Lopez in the paint. She picks up her dribble. Hand off to Castiolari. And she's able to
Isabella's been doing this players on the stage. She comes from a position to background in Newville. She played basketball in high school with the Steele. So Arlington High School has been a great place for Arlington basketball players. Short jumper by York.
Seeing the big Adams really stretch the floor there at 5'11", giving the Bearcats some trouble here in the early portion of the ball game. Now it's over to McCray on the near side. She picks up her dribble, looking for options. Castiolari inside out. Ideer once again open, a little bit too strong on that. However, McCray on the offensive glass.
The first 2 baskets in this game. DeAndre has been a double-double machine in the career for the Bearcats. She's not only scored, but she's also grabbed a lot of rebounds. She's going to be sorely missed in the paint.
I'm curious how next year's going to look. Definitely a recruiting effort for the front court. We're losing 3 forwards in this senior class.
Well, there's always turnover with the fact that the Bearcats now in possession.
And Ideer going coast to coast, can't finish. Aiken now the other way. Mid-range jumper, nope. So it's going to go back
nowadays in college basketball, as we
And number 33,
so much on the
Courtney Lewis, check to the very back line.
there's a lot of turnover. I look at it, say, like, you look at them, it's like a brand new team playing. But here it's a little bit different. There are a lot more graduate students playing than I can ever recall pre-COVID.
So Ideer straight on three. And she rattles that one home.
We can forget the performance in the fourth quarter against John Deere with 22 points for the big win at home after we were trailing by 13 points. So when she's on fire, she can really knock it down.
Coach Howell definitely needs to strategize around that. Not going to want to leave her open too much in this ball game. As Morales grabs the rebound, see what the wish is, but out of bounds, and it's going to go back to York.
Basketball is a very interesting game because, you have 4 breaks, 4 quarters, and we've seen this year where there's sort of a level of play in the first half, and then the team will come out in the second half totally inspired. The question is how's that going to work out tonight? Of course, only 3 games remaining in the regular season, David. After tonight, they go up Saturday to the Bronx, big doubleheader. Bearcats playing Lehman, and York makes it 2-1. And then the men lost tonight and began Colin Member and Blue as coach of York has gotten a second place right now. And then obviously the men are going to be playing Lehman, which right now has got like a 3-point lead in the standings. Sherman, as usual, doing a solid job up in the Bronx.
They've been competitive for the last few years here in the Kuniak. Duke still fighting for playoff position for both the women and the men. Nice find there by Morales, and McCray unable to finish underneath.
Yeah, she came flying in the other direction. I don't think she knew how fast she was going.
And that's
going to be McCray's first foul as she comes to the bench, and we see Lola DeLuca come into the game for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Lola DeLuca's been a fantastic rookie for the Bearcats. I think that we're really excited to have her for the future. She went down to school down the street from here, so she's always been a Bearcat in some fashion geographically. She's been a good player, and I think we're going to see a lot of great things from her. And then after Saturday, we end the season, next Tuesday, the regular season, playing CCLI, and then we'll see where the standings lay regarding the playoffs.
Now, Castellari leaks out ahead of the pack, gets the lead back. Take the 1-point lead into the timeout. You're watching basketball game to Bearcats broadcasting.
For the latest information on Purdue College Athletics, follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram using the handle @PurdueAthletic.
So both teams break the huddle. Brooks setting up in a full court press. As they're looking to force some turnovers here from York. And just, I was going to say, just like that, they turn it over. However, it was Hooks who was able to corral it, and now Earth into the front court. Almost loses it there with Thornton Lewis all over her. Nice behind the back door from Earth. Wild looking shot though. Rebounded there by Foy. She gets fouled on the way up, and we'll go to line to shoot 2.
Foul is called on number 0, Paducah. First down, Paducah. And Paducah team foul. Two shots for Tamara Foy.
And Foy off on the first. And 0 of 2 from that trip to the stripe. 0 for 4 so far here in the early going is York College at the free throw line. So something to be mindful of if you see the Bearcats start fouling just a bit more.
Yeah, the Bearcats need to hit their shots. They got to make their layups, and they can't allow baskets like that one.
That was just too easy as Aiken goes coast to coast. Nice find from DeLuca to Morales. Inside out to Castellari, who knocks it down from the free throw line.
Yeah, Isabella is, in my opinion, a conference player. Whether it's his first or second team, the coaches will decide. But like Mike said in the speech for Senior Day, she's taken on a lot coming to school here in New York. A lot of responsibility. And there you go, nice basket.
Coach Howell wants to talk things over quickly. Quick little 6-2 run. Put the Bearcats back in the lead by 3, 13-10.
Yeah, the biggest thing about the Bearcats, and I think when we look at it, we look at that game against John Jay in the fourth quarter when we overcame a 13-point deficit to win by 9. You got to make your layups. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I've noticed between the high levels of Division I or Division III is, Division I is obviously those players are bigger, faster, but they make their layups. And here, sometimes missed layups, you're missing 8 or 10 points. I mean, it's amazing how many times you see missed layups, and you got to hit them. And look, we're 3 games from toward the end of the season. This is the most important time of the year. This is when you got to be hitting your stride, when you got to be peaking. Because pretty soon, 1 or 2 bad losses and we're done.
Dangerous pass there, and Ideer picks it off. Goes strong into the paint, can't finish. And long rebound out here to Clouden, who just checked into the game. Now Aiken, step back jumper, wild looking shot, no good. Thornton Lewis comes away with the rebound, and Clouden picks her up over to Ideer into the front court. Cross-court pass, now Castellari pulls the 3.
Nice!
Down it, they're going to say that was a 2. Correction, they're going to call it a 3 on the floor. 16-10 Baruch lead with Castellari at the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Yeah, she's been on fire. We should do more Senior Days if she's, we always got to stick with what works. If what works is somebody doing this, let's do Senior Day every day. Let's find some reason to do a ceremony before every game. No, this has been great. And look, Division II players are considered to be a little bit better than Division III, and I think she's showing that right now, that she's had that talent.
Earth pulls the shot, knocks it down from it. That's going to be a deep 2. Awkward shooting motion there, John, but effective nonetheless.
Doesn't matter. As long as it goes through the net, that's all that matters.
And a turnover here from the Bearcats. It's going to be their 7th here in the first quarter. It's kind of been an issue all year, John, just the turnovers from Coach Petroza's teams has to be a tad bit frustrating. Kind of puts you behind the 8 ball.
Well, we watch Mike. I mean, he really, he's emotional on the sideline because he knows these girls could be better. There's another big basket coming up.
And Castellari goes close and able to finish.
She's got, 10 now?
12 of the first 19 here on Senior Day.
Well, one of the frustrating things for a coach is, your team could play better because you see them all the time at practice. You've seen them play in high school or if they're a transfer student, whatever it may be. And you know that there's a lot better than what you see, but sometimes players, I don't know what it is. They come up for some games and they're awesome, and then some games they're, very low. But tonight, she's having a great game. Let me tell you, York has over the years, especially in the playoffs, given us a really hard time. I could think of 2 times when they came. They had a fantastic center, Nina Skistar right now, who in my opinion was one of the better centers I've seen in CUNY history, and she did some real serious damage to us like 2-3 years ago.
Bring down here to Foy driving baseline, working against Thornton Lewis. Here comes the trap. And they're going to call a jump ball, and it'll stay right there with York.
Bearcats are up by 7 with 1:42. The way they started the game and the way they poised to finish the first quarter is a good sign. But they need to stop here and keep building on it.
Kick ball there from Morales, so they'll do it again right under the basket. Aiken to inbound, looking for options. Gives it over to Adams. Adams turns on McCray, trying to go to work in the paint, inside out to Foy on the far side. Foy drives baseline. They're going to call a block there. Let's see who that's on. It's either going to be on Idea or Morales. It's going to be on Idea.
Now the number 14.
That's a team foul here for the Bearcats. So the Cardinals 1 foul away from being in the bonus. Inside out, Foy going to pull the long 2 shot, no good. And it goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last off the Bearcats. So York again getting an extra possession. Hooks into Adams. Castillo Laurier comes away with the loose ball, going coast to coast again, driving right into the line. She's fouled, and that'll send her to the line to shoot 2. She's just been very aggressive here, John, in the first quarter.
Yeah, she is headed for a very big career night. We'll have to check out her numbers. I think that's sometimes what we've also been missing this year. We've got 5 players on the court, but you always need that one player to drive it. That's what we have with Nick Castillo. We're glad to say he's here tonight with Alyssa Leon. It was good to see them coming back and watching the team play. But we need a go-to player, a consistent go-to player that's going to score baskets, 3/4 of the time when they have the ball. That's what we need.
And Foy shot off the glass. Yeah, we were saying that last game versus Hunter when Alexa Charles was in the building, and it just gives you that almost that insurance blanket having the best player on the floor.
Well, Alexa, obviously, for everything she's done at Hunter and CUNY, she's been a player that they could count on, and she's delivered time and time again. I always say, if you have a team when you have that type of player, and you add 2 players that can give you double-figure scoring, and you add a great rebounder, in this league, you're going to win a lot of games. Brooklyn has them. They got a lot of good rebounders. They got people that can pass.
Steal there from Castillo Laurier. She's able to finish with the reverse. She's got 16 points here in the first quarter, and the Bearcats force another turnover.
I say we got to do more senior day ceremonies. I know ours probably went a little bit long. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is the scoreboard and not people's time, unfortunately.
Castillo Laurier now going to step into a 3. Why not? He's got 19, here in the first half.
You know what's great? She's doing it in front of her family. Her mom is here, grandma, her brother. That's a lot of fun when you get the chance to see that.
Maybe it's not the senior ceremony then. Maybe we just have to get the family in the house as Lopez lays it in on the other end. Once again, York have no answer right now for the full court press of the Bearcats. Once again, Baruch forcing a turnover as it's Lopez right into the lane, gives it over to Morales. He knocks down the jumper right as the buzzer goes. And in a nice fashion there to end the first. Baruch really going on a strong run to extend the lead 30-12. You're watching the Bearcat Appreciation Day, on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So it'll be Baruch to start with the ball here. in the second quarter. DeLuca over to Castellari. She'll pull again. Why not? The hot hand shot no good. Ball batted around. Castellari chases down that rebound on the right wing. Three there by DeLuca. No good, however. Lopez on the far side. DeLuca on that 13-0 run in the last 2.5 minutes. Castellari from the mid-range. Just a bit too strong, but however, DeLuca keeps it alive. Lopez three off left iron. No good. And it's going to be a jump ball, so it'll go back to York.
Well, let me mention one thing. We scored 30 points in the first period. This year we've struggled, but when they are making their layups, when people are hitting their shots, and they have a hot hand like Isabella's doing tonight scoring, that's really what you need. And it's the same way we did it when we beat John Jay and some of our other wins.
Earth right into the lane, shot no good. Offensive foul as McCray takes the charge.
Yeah, that was a good job by her to set herself up. Let me tell you, it's not easy to see anybody coming at you, and you're scared that you're going to maybe get hurt, but credit to her that she protected herself, drew the foul, and it's all good.
So DeLuca now it's on McCray. A little two-man game back to DeLuca. Shot no good. Morales on the offensive glass. Castellari over to DeLuca. Mid-range jumper also no good, and Adams on the rebound here for York.
Yeah, we could have had 2 baskets right there. 2 baskets in those last 2 possessions.
Floater there. Way off, and now pass ahead up to Castellari. She's got 21. 2 points off her season high of 23.
She's following her former teammate, Mia Castillo, tonight. She's putting on Mia performance.
Duke on a 15-0 run in the last 3:57 and a 30-6 run in the last 8:22.
Like I said, you make your layups, you play good defense, you force turnovers. York, obviously, they're having a very hard time keeping possession.
13 turnovers already for the York Cardinals. And make that 14 as Morales gives it off to Castellari. He knocks it down and hits the deck.
So she tied it, right? Season high, 23. And that's definitely a career high. I looked up the numbers at Greenville. I think she had one time had like 12 or 14.
It's going to be a 10-second violation here against the Cardinals. So it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, I think if I'm York, I'd call a timeout and I'd try to light a fire under the players because they seem very relaxed out there. There's some intensity missing. Jasper started the game, Bearcats started the game like that. Maybe because of senior day and everything, they managed to.
Yeah, a season like this has to be just a bit demoralizing for York, so it potentially could just feel like a little bit more of the same.
Well, like I said, there were 2 years in like the last 4 to 5 years when we've played York in the playoffs. I think one of those years they beat us. So, it's good to have the sleep because if York, turns it on and starts to go back, it's not too much. But, at the end of the year now, like I said, you have to be finishing your shots. You have to be playing your best defense. And you have to be showing the coaches that you deserve to play the minutes.
DeLuca up ahead to Lopez. He lays it in and one. Goes through the contact and able to finish off the glass.
It's official. From now on, we will be doing some type of pregame ceremony. I'm going to tell Coach K that. I was like, Mike, we're gonna find something. Player of the week ceremony. Little idea was the CUNYAC Scholar Athlete of the Month. A short time ago, we'll do a little ceremony for that. Hey, whatever works.
Make up awards at some point.
Whatever. We'll even do an award, the David Just Award. How about that? Or the Joe Stolzer Award. Hello to Joe, I know he's watching us from Florida.
As Lopez rattles that one home. And Aikens fouled there. They're going to call Lopez on that. Just a little aggressive. First foul here in the ballgame. So it'll be Aiken to inbound as DeLuca comes to the bench. Mitchell back into the ball game.
Bearcats need to keep their intensity. They need to make their shots. And if they do, they'll take care of business.
Now Foy on the far side, entry pass. Shot off back iron, no good. Aiken can't hit as well. Looking for a whistle, nothing came, and now Idea over to Lopez. Up ahead to McCray. McCray thought she was slightly closer to the basket. She was. That's dribble. Able to finish off the ball.
Yeah, big family contingent here tonight from McCray. I think we need to find some more baskets for her. Just keep her family. They got a nice group there. They even got photos and everything. They got what they call those fatheads? What do you call those things? The photo.
Oh, yeah. Might be. No, those are like the. Yeah, I think so.
By the way, while I'm here, I want to give a shout out to our neighbor not too far away from here, NYU, the Violets, setting the NCAA Division III win streak record. I think they're up to 83, haven't lost in 3 years.
Wow.
And they're the clear favorites to win this year.
How could they not be with a record like that? As Lopez now the other way gives it up to McCray inside. That should get some fans off their feet. As McCray lays it in with the left hand. Coach Howell wants to talk things over as his team trails by 29, 6-17. And John, ever since we've seen Baruch really switch to that full court press, able to create some turnovers and get some easy baskets.
I've seen a lot of basketball in this gym. A lot of Bearcats basketball, volleyball, and to me, you know, I'm not saying it because I'm supposed to be doing the play-by-play here. It really is the truth. You make your layups, you get your steals. Those things are worth anywhere from 10 to 20 points a game, and usually they make the difference. You know, in the old days when we had a great 7 to 8 year stretch, it was the defense. You know, we scored a lot of points, but it was really the defense. Teams just had a very hard time trying to score against us because they couldn't make it, you know, through half court. And I think that we got to get back to that. We need to, tonight they're doing that. They're playing good defense. One might say, well, your team's struggling all year. Well, it's true, but at the end of the day, you still got to go out there and do it. And tonight they're doing it. Like I said, it ain't going to get easy. Saturday, we got to go to the Bronx and play Lehman. You know, Lehman, I think we were leading Lehman in the halftime, and when Lehman came out, he just exploded in the second half. And you know Lehman's going to be motivated for us on Saturday. But let me tell you, there are those, and no one can stand this. There are times when Baruch will go to some gyms and we're the game on their calendar. I've seen this time and time again when teams get ready. I've seen teams get here to our gym at like 2:30 in the afternoon for a 5:30 game where they're ready to go and start playing us. But we have a young player list. You know, we got a great future with Lola Idea, Madison, Lola DeLuca, you know, Liliana Torres. I'm sure there's more to come next year in the pipeline.
Yeah, I think there'll just have to be some tweaks, especially in that front court. It seems like we lost key backcourt contributors last year, and now this year losing mostly front court contributors. As Mitchell lays it in.
That was a nice bat. It's good to see her. She's a senior. It's her night tonight. So that was a lot of fun to see. Her family's probably watching from Buffalo. Look at that again.
Steal there from Mitchell. Has Lopez cutting. Good hustle down the floor. And Lopez lays it in.
Senior to senior. Not bad.
3 of the 4 seniors on the floor when he had in McCray. As now Earth gets it stripped from McCray. Ball's loose on the floor. McCray hits the deck. Earth takes it back over to Foy. Mid-range jumper from Foy. Too strong, no good. Ball batted out. Earth hits the floor. Let's see what they call. Yep, they're going to call it on the travel. So it'll go back to Baruch.
Yeah, and you know, when I talk about how we can be explosive, we were losing at Megger 28-7 in the first quarter. And we managed to win, I think, by double digits. So there is the potential of this team to score a lot of points in a short amount of time.
Idea steps into a 3 and knocks that one down from the far side. Whatever Coach Howell probably discussed with his team is not what he was expecting coming out of the timeout. Baruch lead by 36, 48-12.
Yeah, this is probably the best half that I've seen so far from the Bearcats.
3 there, off front iron from Hooks, no good.
York hasn't taken any bad shots. It's not like they're hitting the backboard or air balls. I mean, they're actually taking good shots. They're just not dropping for them.
Their problem is the 20 turnovers, which has led to Baruch's 15 additions. As Thornton Lewis knocks down a three from the near side. So Aiken inside out to Foy. Pull up from the free throw line is good. Just like that after a 34-0 run.
Well, I can tell you that. We didn't have that 8-9 years ago.
51-12 in the last 15-31. Granted, takes up most of the game, but it's important to remember that York was up 6-2 in this ballgame.
Yeah. Well, this is a night where everyone's going to play. You just got to keep it going, and they'll be fine. But I think this team, they got to feel good about themselves. They got to be prepared for these last few games. They may need to be prepared to hit the road and play the season.
Earth on the rebound, can't finish off back iron. Earth, Adams, and Adams the one that gets fouled. And Adams can't get the second one to go. It's 51-15.
By the way, we understand there might have been some audio difficulties. I like to think we're probably being heard better now.
Inside out to Lynn, who just checked into the game. John, to your point, might see some extended minutes from some depth players here, especially some of the younger players on this team as a freshman Lynn into the ball game.
Well, what's important about that in terms of giving some of the bench players some minutes is, once you start headed toward the end of the season, you start going into the playoffs. Sometimes for a foul, someone who fouls out or whatever reason, there might be players who may not be available, and you need someone else to step in. And you can't have players stepping in if they've only played like 12 minutes all season. You need those minutes. So that could come in handy tonight if Mike decides to go that route.
And these are also players that are going to want to get some minutes next season as well when we see some turnover here on the squad as Lopez outside to Thornton Lewis. Deep two. Shot no good. Mitchell on the rebound. She goes up strong. Her shot blocked underneath. And it's last off of Hooks.
I want to say hello to George Stasko, who might be listening to us.
Now Earth going coast to coast and lays it in off the glass.
Yeah, there's not a lot of wild shots by York. They're making good shots. They're just not dropping. But that time she did it, she stood her ground, made the layup, and almost could have drawn a foul.
Foul there's going to be on Earth. That's going to be her third. Inside out. Lynn over to Ideer. She'll step into another three. Oh, off left iron. No good. Rebounded there between Thornton Lewis and Akins. Akins comes away with it quickly into the front court. Right into the lane. Floater with the, scoop layup. Shot no good. And the jump ball there, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. Good defense. So now Lopez over to Thornton Lewis. Cross-court pass to Ideer. And a nice block there by Foy underneath it. She comes across with the right hand, and it'll stay there with the Bearcats. A little under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Baruch leads 51-17.